Hi everyone, this is Deanne Hermes, and I am going to take you through today a video series on how to use Zoom in the classroom. So let's go ahead and start here. Any kind of settings that you want to change in your account, you need to come out to zoom.us. Once you're out here at zoom.us, you are going to click on Sign In. When you sign in, it's really important that you scroll on down here and sign in with Google. And then you're going to select your school account, and this will bring you to your main page. Now, when it comes time for settings, I'm going to go through this a little bit in more detail, but I wanted to show you that this is, once you sign in out here at zoom.us, this is where you're going to find all of the different tools and features and things that you can change. So you'll notice there's a tab up here for meetings. On the left-hand navigation bar, this is where you're going to see things like your settings and your profile and things like that. So again, we'll get to that here in a different tutorial. This is just an overview. Let's go ahead and head out to a Zoom meeting that is already in process here. And so I have set this up, and I want to show you just kind of some basic features overall. So once you're in Zoom, you're going to notice your toolbar along the bottom. We're going to cover most of these things in different tutorials, but I wanted to share with you some of these features. Now, you may notice at the bottom on the toolbar that I have a polling feature. This is a feature that you need to turn on in settings. So if you don't see something in your toolbar that you see in mine, that's because it is a setting that you'll need to go out there to zoom.us and make the change for. A couple of things. So muting, when you click on here, Zoom has added a lot of new features into their system, and so you might want to come out here and play around with it just a tiny bit and look and see what they have done. For the most part, you aren't going to want to change anything with this. Your video settings, when you click on this, you have several options now. Probably the most important one you're going to be concerned about is to choose a virtual background. So you can come out here and then you'll want to make sure your virtual background is highlighted, and you can choose any of these features that you want, and it will give you a preview. I kind of like the virtual background. I have naturally curly hair, and look, it just tames my hair for me. And so anyway, that's a side note. Okay, so that's how you can change your background settings as well. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and let me X out of there. There's a couple of other things. We're going to talk about screen sharing. But when you click on the screen share, this is where you can have one participant at a time, or if you want multiple, there's advanced settings. Your record button, closed captioned. I'm not going to cover this in another tutorial, so I do want to talk to you about this right now. Closed caption features right now, you need to assign somebody within your group to type what is going on. And so this is one of those services that if you need this feature for some reason, please reach out to the tech department, reach out to me, or reach out to special services over at the district office, and they can help you with your needs with this. Reactions, this is kind of a fun one. It gives you two options, and so this is a great way to see from students all the different reactions. You can exit full screen, and so this will allow you to be able to open and have multiple screens open at the same time. So if I have this open, I can go ahead and open another window at the same time. When I open this, I'm going to want to shrink it. And that way I can move it around so that I can have both screens, and then you can readjust your size. So you can have both screens open at the same time if you want to be looking at two things together. So again, you just kind of scroll along here. I don't have multiple participants in my view right now, but when I do, if you look up here in the top right-hand corner, this is going to give you some places where you can adjust and see if you want to have just the presenter being full square here, or if you want to see lots of students. There's a feature if you go into the gallery view in your settings where you can see up to 49 people on one screen at a time. So you would, if you enable that, you would be able to see all of your students in one class at one time if that's something that you're interested in pursuing. Okay, a couple other things, and then we'll be done with this overview. Participants, when you click on participants, this brings up a sidebar for you, and all of the people who are in your meeting are going to show up over here. This is how you can this is where you'll have more options for what you can do. When we get into security settings, I will show you this one a little bit more detail. But this is, so anyway, but that's how you would get your list and be able to come in here and quickly mute somebody, or any other features you find you might need to do for specific individual participants. So to make that go away, just click on participants and it will go away for you. The more button, this is, if you have chat enabled, this is where you can go to your chat. Please really be careful about best practices with students and having the chat feature open. And then your record buttons, etc. here. So when you make your screen smaller, you'll notice these things just get consolidated here into this more button. Okay, so that's just kind of a quick overview, some security features if you want to take a look at that. I strongly suggest, if you haven't used Zoom for a little while, that you go ahead and create a Zoom like this one. I just created a test Zoom on my calendar, and you can get started and you can just go in there and you can be the only participant. So you can take a look at some of these features, make sure you are really clear on where everything is and what everything does. So that was a quick overview of your of Zoom. And then if you want more specific details, please take a look further at the further tutorials and we'll get into the specifics. Thanks so much.